Give every morning a fresh start with a Jimmy Dean Delights breakfast. They're chock full of protein and ingredients you want. From wraps to bowls to sandwiches. You'll never have the same old again.
We're delighted and hope you will try.
When you really need to sleep, you reach for the really good stuff. ZzzQuil Ultra helps you sleep better and longer when you need it most. It's non-habit forming and powered by the makers of NyQuil. ZzzQuil Ultra, when you really, really need to sleep.
Applebee's All You Can Eat is back for just $14.99.
One Prilosec OTC each morning blocks heartburn all day and all night. Prilosec OTC reduces excess acid for 24 hours, blocking heartburn before it starts. One pill a day, 24 hours, zero heartburn.
Colbert's got Nathan Lane tonight on CBS.
Next Thursday.
Dr. Auerbach, she's behind everything. She's in her cabin in the Spring Mountains. We've got her. She's not here.
The Silver Ink story continues on CSI Vegas next Thursday on CBS.
A new Blue Bloods, Friday on CBS.
With Chief Meteorologist Lauren Wallace, the Emmy and Murrow Award-winning CBS 47. Now, CBS 47 Eyewitness News begins with breaking news.
Our breaking news, a woman is dead and a man is in the hospital after a double overdose in Fresno tonight. Just before 8, police and emergency medical services were called to a home in the area of Holly and Lorena. They were unable to revive a woman at the scene and transported a man to the hospital.
At this point, we don't know what drug was involved. We'll have to wait for the toxicology report from the coroner's office to help us determine what narcotics they ingested.
At last report, the man was in stable condition. Police are interviewing people who were inside the home at the time of the overdose.
New at 11, search and rescue efforts continue in Turkey and Syria, with teams now from the United States part of the operation. The death toll from Monday's earthquake now topping 21,000. And survivors, they are in desperate need of help. As the world reacts to those images out of Turkey and Syria, those here in the valley, of course, worried about their loved ones living there.
CBS 47's Juanita Adame has their reaction tonight.
We heard from a local Syrian refugee who has family in northern Syria. He said he waits every day to hear from his brother, but the Armenian community in Syria has also been affected. Many who live here and have family there are also extremely worried. When he first heard about the massive earthquake in northern Syria, Khalid Altmar was terrified.
And half of my family, and then I'm actually from North Syria, you know, so we talk to them through WhatsApp or Messenger.
With most of his family living in the region hardest hit by the earthquake, the first person who came to mind was his brother and his brother's family.
Well, my heart going to stop. My heart really, I start crying. I don't know if they dead. Like already we lost a lot of our family in the war.
Berj Abkarian is the honorary consul of Armenia in Fresno. He also has family in Syria.
Hit very hard. As a matter of fact, as you may know, my mother and sisters are there right now, and it's a very difficult situation.
Abkarian said Aleppo, a city in Syria, has been the anchor for the Armenian community and has also been affected.
The Armenian community has been hit high, and in the larger scale, this is a humanitarian crisis for everyone to jump in.
Altmar came to the U.S. as a Syrian refugee.
I went to school here, to Clovis Community College. I finished 3 degrees with sociology, political science, social science. And I found a nonprofit. It's called Education for Refugee Generation.
He now uses his education and his skills to help other refugees with immigration applications, but said the recent disaster in Turkey and Syria has made him feel completely helpless.
Turkey is a strong country. They have resources. They have everything, you know. But North Syria, they don't have nothing.
Now, there is a site. It's called mycare.org. Anyone wanting to help can donate there. We will have that link on our website, yourcentralvalley.com. Reporting in the studio, Juanita Adames, CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
New at 11, a deadly collision between a semi-truck and a car in Visalia tonight. It happened just before 7 on Dinuba Boulevard and Avenue 322. The crash left debris scattered over the roadway. No word yet on what led up to that crash. The area was shut down as emergency crews worked at the scene. The Highway Patrol is investigating and tells Eyewitness News that they'll release more information as details become available.
We're going to be watching for fog again tonight and tomorrow morning. We will have another dense fog advisory, but after that, do expect to see some sunshine tomorrow and feel some mild temperatures. Let's give you a look outside with our Valley Cam network. This is going to be a time lapse from our CBS 47 studio camera showcasing all the sunshine that we had this afternoon. We're still clear now. Visibilities are just fine right now, but again, I do expect some of those to drop tonight. It's 49 in Fresno, 45 Hanford, 47 for those of you in Merced. So we'll stick with the 40s tonight. Tomorrow, 46 at 8 a.m. Again, we'll see some areas of dense fog and then 66 degrees by 5 p.m. We do have a big cool down on the way for the weekend, so I'll talk about that in your pinpoint weather forecast coming up. But first, we'll send it back to Brian.
All right, Lauren, thank you so much. In the South Valley, Hanford Christian School locked down as a precaution following a deadly shooting that happened nearby. Around 11 o'clock this morning, deputies were called to Elder Avenue near 12th Avenue. When they got there, they found a man who had been shot and killed. A witness gave them a suspect description in the direction that he took off walking. That man was found about a mile away where he was arrested. He has not been identified here tonight. Detectives are still searching for the gun that was used as they work to figure out a motive. Fresno police are hoping a huge reward will help crack a homicide cold case that's more than 10 years old. In 2011, investigators say Sarah Roberts was killed outside of a home in West Fresno. She was walking down Hughes Avenue around midnight on New Year's Eve when she was shot and killed. Investigators say that they've exhausted all leads. Now they're hoping a $50,000 reward will lead to new information.
We never give up on cases. Cases like this, they have a tendency to strike a chord with us. Sarah K. Roberts, she was a young, beautiful person, 26 years old, mother of 2. Those things resonate with us.
Anyone with information tonight should call Fresno Police.
For the 4th time in a week, students at Clovis West High School had to shelter in place after another threatening call. Clovis Unified says the call came in around 8 this morning before classes started. Police determined there was no threat. Now the FBI is stepping in to help find where those calls are coming from. Fresno City Manager updated the City Council about what's happening.
Detectives are working around the clock with assistance from the FBI and the most credible tech law enforcement investigator from the DA office and making strides on the case.
A task force has been assembled to find the person responsible. Investigators believe that the phone calls may be coming from outside the country. For continuing coverage of this story, be sure and stay with Eyewitness News on air and online at yourcentralvalley.com.
Today, the Fresno City Council introduced a new ordinance to crack down on catalytic converter thefts. As CBS 47's Ben Morris explains, the goal is to make thieves think twice about breaking the law.
Business has been booming for catalytic converter crooks in Fresno for the last few years. In 2020, there were only 210 reported catalytic converter thefts in Fresno. In 2021, that number leapt to nearly 1,600 and almost 2,100 in 2022. Thousands of thefts leading to high dollar losses for helpless victims.
I came out the other morning to take my mom to an appointment, and when I started my car, I thought it was about to explode. I jumped out of it really quick, and my dad said, "Oh, it sounds like your catalytic converter was stolen." The whole thing, said and done for me, was $1,800.
Ordinance ID 23247 would make it illegal to possess detached catalytic converters unless you're recognized as a core recycler with the city or if you have proper documentation of where the converter came from. That can include, but is not limited to, the bill of sale from the original owner with visual evidence, proof of exchange of ownership, like verifiable electronic communication, and visual evidence of the vehicle from which the catalytic converter originated. Violators could face a $1,000 fine and jail time.
I think it's encouraging that they're trying to crack down on it, and I'm sure that that'll catch a few people, but it doesn't seem like it will be extremely helpful.
Ben Morris, CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
A Fresno family paying it forward. Chris Morse and his wife, Michelle, donated more than $2 million to the Cancer Care Institute in Clovis.
That was April of 21, and I thought, well, I'm kind of done with CCI for a while, and, you know, God works in mysterious ways. I get a call about 6 months later that I had stage 4 throat cancer.
Chris was diagnosed with throat cancer 6 months after he donated to CCI in honor of his father, who passed from lung cancer. Chris underwent 7 weeks of daily radiation and weekly chemo and was cancer-free after finishing treatment. He says the goal of the donation is to help bring cancer treatments to the Central Valley.
You may want to sign.
Not driving to a lab, then driving to imaging, etc. Coming to one place, getting everything done. It's really great for the patient to be able to finish treatment for the day and go home and sleep in their own bed and eat their normal food that they're used to, versus going out of town and staying in a hotel and sleeping in a strange bed. I mean, all of that holistically, I think, makes a difference to the outcomes.
The Cancer Care Institute says the donation is going to benefit thousands of patients who walk through their doors.
New at 11, if you're thinking about a trip to Sequoia National Park, public access to the giant forest is reopening on Saturday. The General's Highway above Hospital Rock has been closed since early January due to storm damage. The reopening will provide access to the General Sherman Tree and the Giant Forest Museum. Visitors should expect winter conditions and drive carefully if you're planning a visit.
This Big Game Report is brought to you by Green Sports Medicine.
Oh, the big game is Sunday in Glendale, Arizona. The Kansas City Chiefs versus the Philadelphia Eagles.
Sports Central's Andrew Martin joins us now live from Arizona. And Andrew, today was the last day of media availability for the teams before the big game.
Yes, it was, Catherine, Brian. This was the last time we got to see and hear from the players and coaches until they take the field inside State Farm Stadium Sunday for Super Bowl 57. But the bigger story tonight is the fact that at the NFL Honors, Patrick Mahomes was named the 2022 NFL MVP. It was anticipated that he would win that, though he did have some competition. Of the finalists, Josh Allen, Firebaugh native, Buffalo Bills quarterback, although Allen was not expected to overtake either Patrick Mahomes or Jalen Hurts, who also had a chance to win this award. But Mahomes already has 1 Super Bowl ring. He now has 2 MVP awards. He's not quite yet encroaching upon legendary status like Tom Brady, but if he wins this Super Bowl on Sunday, then you might start to consider that he could get to the GOAT status at some point in his career. Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, they're in a similar vein of quarterbacks who have achieved a lot from when they were a young age. But Patrick Mahomes wins the MVP award. Brian Daboll, head coach of the Giants, is coach of the year. The biggest moment of the evening, though, was when Damar Hamlin went up on stage. They acknowledged him and the medical personnel who resuscitated him and saved his life in Cincinnati. We also found out the electees for the Pro Football Hall of Fame's next class. 9 individuals, 6 of whom were here. I still remember what it was like a few years ago when Tom Flores got the call. So that was pretty cool to see as well. Brian, Catherine, back to you.
Yeah, that's right. That was a big deal for Tom Flores.
All right, Andrew, thank you, my friend. We notice you're bundled up there, too, in Glendale, Arizona. A crisp 53 degrees right now. And you do not want to miss the big game kickoff tomorrow at 5:30 for interviews with players, interviews with coaches and sports journalists. It's going to be a really, really exciting show. We've been working on it all week long, and it's this Friday here on CBS 47 tomorrow night. And, of course, we are your home for all things big game.
Coming up here on Eyewitness News at 11, a Southern California city says no to flying a pride flag this year at its city hall.
Plus, a look back at the life and the music of legendary composer Burt Bacharach. We're back in about 1 minute.
A major attraction for fans coming to Arizona for the big game has to be the hot air ballooning. Arizona is home to one of the largest balloon tour operators in the U.S., serving more than 45,000 visitors per year. And I can tell you from experience, the view is nothing short of spectacular. This is an adventure you'll definitely want to write home about.
The Big Game on CBS 47 is brought to you by Green Sports Medicine.
It's time to support our Girl Scouts and other worthy causes in our community by joining us at Cookies for a Cause.
CBS 47 and Girl Scouts are teaming up once again. Join us Thursday the 16th at the CBS 47 studios for Cookies for a Cause.
Drive by between 11 and 7 and we'll fill your cookie order.
Your purchase empowers local girls and gives back to your community.
Your support brightens all of our future. Support Cookies for a Cause, Thursday the 16th. Which one's your favorite?
All of them?
The Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
No, bad lawmakers, bad.
Weeknights on CBS.
Watch Honoring Black History, Thursdays at 7 p.m. This is CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
The city of Huntington Beach in Southern California will no longer fly the LGBTQ pride flag over City Hall during Pride Month. The 4-3 city council vote reverses a unanimous decision made by the council to fly the flag just a couple of years ago. According to the new rules, only city, state, and national flags will be flown, along with the county flag and flag supporting the military. Burt Bacharach, the legendary composer behind some of the most played songs over the last 100 years, has died at the age of 94.
His publicist says he passed away at his home in Los Angeles on Wednesday due to natural causes. Bradley Blackburn looks back at his life.
Burt Bacharach could perform and he could create.
Raindrops keep falling on my head, but that doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red.
He was the composer behind songs like Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head, which won an Oscar in 1970, one of 3 in his career.
They're heavy. I mean, it's beautiful. They're beautifully heavy.
Born in Kansas City, Missouri, Bacharach grew up in New York City, where he'd sneak into jazz clubs to hear Dizzy Gillespie and other greats. He launched his music career in the 50s and became known for melodies that were easy listening but difficult to perform, with complex tempos. In 1999, he told 60 Minutes he was a perfectionist.
I used to make these records, come back to my apartment, 4:30 in the morning, I would wake up like that. God, why did I put the strings in the second 8? Why didn't I save them?
Everyone from Elvis to Aretha Franklin to the Beatles performed Bacharach songs, but Dionne Warwick gave voice to many of the hits he wrote with lyricist Hal David in the 60s and 70s, including Do You Know the Way to San Jose and I Say a Little Prayer. Bacharach was married 4 times, including to actor Angie Dickinson and lyricist Carol Bayer Sager. He was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame, awarded 8 Grammys, and honored with the Gershwin Prize by President Barack Obama. A man who gave the world songs that endure. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Oh, some of the biggest songs indeed over the past 100 years. Well, still to come here on Eyewitness News at 11. You can join in on all the fun details on this year's Mardi Gras parade in Fresno's Tower District right after your pinpoint weather forecast.
And right now I do have your 4-day allergy forecast brought to you by Boz Allergy. Your top pollens, alder, elm, and juniper. Medium levels tomorrow and for the weekend, then up to medium high on Monday. We are going to be watching for fog again for your morning commute tomorrow. I'll talk about that plus another warm up in your pinpoint weather forecast next.
Time views where you live. The Valley Cam Network gives you the latest conditions live. See them on Eyewitness News or online at yourcentralvalley.com.
Start your better life with a new implanted supported smile from Dr. Ryan Dunlop.
When I first saw my smile, I was absolutely overwhelmed, a little in shock, but mostly just thrilled, absolutely thrilled.
Call today to book your consultation.
We are at Best RV in Turlock, and they are the #1 RV dealer in the state of California. We're with Niall, and Niall, there's a reason people make the trip out here.
Yes, we're #1 in the state of California since 2014. For many reasons, we have over 15,000 units in stock, 40 acres full of Class A's, Class C's, conversion van, fifth wheels, toy haulers, travel trailers, expandable, you name it.
You got it all, man.
Yes.
Come on out and see them, but there's another reason they come see you, too.
Yes, the reason why, because we sell for less, low prices, we shop for you, no hidden fees, free dealer prep, free walkthrough, you name it.
Can you do your homework online first and get some information that way?
Yes, you could go to our website, bestrv.com. You could see the model, the specification. Each unit has over 40 images. You look at it before you come in.
It's a great way to get started, but you do want to come down here, touch it, feel it, see it, experience it for yourself. You can start at bestrv.com. Come on out, just off 99 Interlock.
The President's Sale at More Furniture is the best time to save on Tempur-Pedic.
Your best night's rest is available at an incredible value.
Choose the Tempur-Pedic that suits your sleep style and outfit your bed with a free set of sheets, mattress protector, and 2 free Tempur-Pedic pillows.
We'll also remove your old mattress with free white glove delivery of your new one. Plus, you can take a full 72 months to pay with interest-free financing.
Don't wait. The biggest Tempur-Pedic sale of the year is on during the President's Sale at More Furniture.
Start your better life with a new implanted supported smile from Dr. Ryan Dunlop.
I smile nonstop. I love taking pictures, something I've never been able to do. It's just been completely life-changing for me. There's no other way to put it.
Call today to book your consultation.
CBS 47 is on your side. Contact us for Eyewitness News Investigates. Your CBS 47 pinpoint weather forecast.
Good evening and welcome back. I'm Chief Meteorologist Lauren Wallace. We're coming down from highs in the 60s today, mid and upper 60s across the valley. We are going to feel similar temperatures tomorrow, so a mild end to the week. Right now, dropping down through the 40s. It's 49 Fresno, 45 in Hanford, 47 if you're in Merced, and 42 in Mariposa. Let's check in on the visibility. Most of you are just fine. Getting a little bit lower right now if you're in Hanford, down to 2.5 miles. But I do expect these numbers to fluctuate and drop a bit as we go into tonight, and especially for your morning commute tomorrow. So there will be a dense fog advisory in effect 2 a.m. until 9 o'clock tomorrow for everyone shaded in gray. So it does include the Highway 99 corridor. We're expecting visibilities to drop to be down to 1/4 mile at times. So again, be careful with those reduced visibilities on the roads. Here's a look at the last 12 hours. Radar satellite loop, not much to show. We had a lot of sunshine today and we're clear right now, but we're going to start seeing changes as we go through tomorrow. So let's talk about that with our forecast. 11 o'clock this evening through tonight, we're going to stay mostly clear, but again, I expect to see some areas of patchy and dense fog tomorrow morning. Here's 7 a.m. Going throughout the day tomorrow, a couple of clouds around, so more clouds compared to today, especially in the afternoon. Overall, a partly cloudy day. These clouds won't prevent us from warming up, so we'll actually be about 1 degree or 2 warmer tomorrow afternoon. Here's 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. For our Friday night, we're going to see some clouds stick around, and then we're going to watch for a couple of light showers and light snow showers, mainly in the Sierra. Here's 7 o'clock on Saturday morning, but there will be just a small chance that we get a couple of raindrops in the valley. Very isolated. Most of you will stay dry, so I would not let that chance cancel any of your plans that you have on Saturday. Here's 11 o'clock on Saturday evening. Everything is out of here, and we're going to be very quiet for the second half of the weekend, but we are going to feel much cooler air as we go into the weekend. So for tonight, down to 42 degrees for the low in Fresno. This is actually pretty seasonable for us. 30s for some of you, though. Hanford down to 38, Madera, Merced, both 39, and then Oakhurst down to the freezing point. High temperature tomorrow, like I mentioned, 1 to 2 degrees warmer than today, so that puts you at 68 degrees in Fresno. Some of you will touch 70. That includes Tulare, Hanford, Lemoore, and Coalinga. We have 67 on the way in Madera tomorrow, and Mariposa will be at 67 degrees as well. If you are heading into the mountains, temperatures tomorrow are going to mainly hover around the 40s and 50s, and we will be seeing some sunshine. Moderate air quality across the valley tomorrow. Notice that we do have burning restrictions in place for everyone. No burning unless you have a registered clean burning device. Here's your extended forecast. Upper 60s tomorrow. Again, we'll see a few clouds mainly in the afternoon. Saturday, much cooler, mid 50s. There will be just a small chance for a stray shower. On Sunday, upper 50s. Monday, a 60-degree day. Tuesday, we'll drop back to the 50s with a breeze. In the Sierra tomorrow, 50s. By Saturday, a chance for snow. Snow levels near 5,000 feet. Sunday, Monday, some sunshine, and then a slight chance of snow on Tuesday. So another beautiful day to enjoy tomorrow before we feel a little more winter-like heading into Saturday. I think that you'll notice that change. 50s are going to feel a lot colder compared to the 60s we've been having.
Almost a 20-degree change.
Yes, yes. We've been acclimating so easily this week.
Yes.
All right, Lauren, thank you so much. Well, plans are announced for the 25th Annual Tower District Mardi Gras Parade. It'll take place on Sunday, February 19th, quickly approaching here. The day will be held, begin with a formal proclamation. That'll be in front of Tower Theater. That will take place at noon, followed by Mardi Gras Parade at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It'll begin at Olive and Ferger Avenues.
And a reminder, once again this year, CBS 47 is teaming up with the Girl Scouts of Central California South for Cookies for a Cause. On Thursday, February 16th, 1 week from today, we will have a drive-through cookie sale all day long in our parking lot from 11 a.m. until 7 p.m. We're located at 5035 East McKinley Avenue, near the Fresno Airport.
Coming up in sports, highlights from the soccer pitch where a local high school is putting together a special season, and a Reedley College alum is going to see his life story play out on the big screen. Scott Bemis standing by. Sports Central's next.
Got your eye on something sweet? Maybe a cupcake will help. Made fresh every day, small cakes are larger than your average cupcake and come in a variety of unique and delicious flavors. Treat yourself to small cakes next to Five Guys in River Park.
Be advised, this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to save 40 to 80% on a hot tub and swim spa Friday through Sunday. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2023 inventory. Fresno Convention Center. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. See the revolutionary swim spa. You can exercise, swim, and relax without the expense and maintenance of a pool. Hot tubs starting at $29.95. All inventory 40 to 80% off. 18-month interest-free financing. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Fresno Convention Center. Free admission. Call 1-888-SPA-SALE.
Montana and Mexican drug cartels? Yup.
This isn't just a pass-through state. This is one of the top targeted states.
Look at the amount of fentanyl seized by the Montana Highway Patrol, skyrocketing numbers.
What's going on in Grand Forks?
This is really a story about everyday American people who took on their own city council.
You've sold us out to China. Human smuggling ramping up. U.S. citizens are actually transporting these undocumented individuals.
What would you tell someone who's considering doing this?
Extremely eye-opening.
My name is Denise. Ask me about my Honda. I'm a chef, a Tahitian dancer, a golfer, and I love my Honda. My commute is on a 2-lane highway. It's super curvy, and I actually think my Honda enjoys driving it as much as I do. The Accord is dependable, it's great on gas mileage, and it's kind of hot.
Looking for a car with exceptional value that can keep up with all your flavor? See your Honda dealer for a delicious deal on Accord. Bon appetit.
You can trust Mendelssohn's Vision Centers for thorough eye care. Early diagnosis and treatment can help maintain good vision. If you need glasses, Dr. Mendelssohn offers a huge selection of designer eyewear, including Coach, Prada, Michael Kors, and Ray-Ban. And its staff takes care of all insurance and Medi-Cal paperwork. Call and make your appointment at Mendelssohn's Vision Centers in Fresno and Visalia.
Now YourCentralValley.com pros who know.
Did you know your old carpet can be recycled? Central Floor Supply is an authorized care drop-off site, so you can be sure your old flooring finds a new home.
For more expert advice, go to YourCentralValley.com/pros who know.
Eyewitness News is brought to you in part by San Joaquin College of Law. Now, Sports Central, presented by Toyota.
There's something special happening on the pitch at Clovis North right now. The Bronco boys team entered Thursday's regular season finale undefeated and ranked #1 in the country, according to one poll. Great crowd on hand at Clovis North, as it was also senior night for the Broncos against Buchanan. The Bears featuring a couple stars up front in twins Brian and Brandon Lopez. They were already up 3-0 late in the second half when those two nearly connect for another goal here. Then late in the contest, the seniors would be taken out as a unit to a nice ovation from the crowd. North wins 3-0, finished the regular season at 21-0-1, only allowing 1 goal in 10 league games. The Mountain West preseason baseball poll released Thursday, and the conference's coaches think Fresno State going to finish right in the middle of the pack. Yeah, they were pegged for 4th in the 7-team league. UNLV picked to win the conference, followed by San Jose State, San Diego State, and then the Bulldogs. Air Force, Nevada, New Mexico round out the poll. And the Dogs had one player on the preseason All-Mountain West team, junior left-handed pitcher Eshawn Henderson. Last season, the Clovis West product led the Dogs and ranked 4th in the Mountain West with 7 wins. He was joined on that team by Air Force junior pitcher Darren Jansen. He's a Bullard High product. The Dogs open their season next Friday at a tournament in Arizona. Not going to have to wait that long for Fresno State's softball season opener. The Dogs will play 5 games this weekend at a tournament in Riverside. It's a bit of a rough first year for new head coach Stacey May Johnson, as the Dogs went only 19-36 last year. But with several important returners back and a couple impact transfers coming in, improvement expected this season.
Is it fun to lose? No, it's not fun. We didn't enjoy that part at all. But our job and our process hasn't changed. You know, we adapt, we grow, we learn, we get better, we figure out how to win.
How I think of things is the ball doesn't lie. So when we get into conference play, everybody's going to be pretty shocked, and those numbers are not going to match up to what they say. So.
Yeah, junior outfielder Keahi Matson referencing there that the Dogs were picked only 5th in the preseason conference poll. Finally, to that story from Thursday, a little better than the rest. It's Bemis' Beth, and a Reedley College alum going to be featured in a new movie coming out this April. And he's going to be played by one of Hollywood's biggest stars. Yeah, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck have teamed up for a movie about the life of Sonny Vaccaro, who played football at Reedley College in the late 50s before going on to a career as a sports marketer, where he famously played a big role in Michael Jordan signing with Nike. Damon's going to play Vaccaro in the movie, and Affleck, he'll play Nike founder Phil Knight. And the whole thing certainly worthy of a coveted spot in Bemis' Best. It's an Amazon Studios movie, going to be released April 5th. It's a big deal, and it's got a Central Valley connection, right? That's always the case, guys.
That's right. It all comes back here. Thanks, Scott. Well, they've got what it takes to compete on a national level.
3, dip, 5, 7, 8, 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 1.
A local cheer program qualifies for a big competition in Anaheim. That story straight ahead.
For almost 2 decades, Sierra Valley Almonds in Madera has been a major leader in the almond industry. Our full range of services include hauling, shelling, processing, and marketing. From the fields of our high-quality growers, Sierra Valley Almonds processes and ships a full menu of superior products to both domestic and export markets around the world. Sierra Valley Almonds is a proud advocate for our growers concerning many almond industry issues, both locally and globally. Sierra Valley Almonds, your success is our success.
If you feel sick, test to know if it's COVID. Treat it. Medication is key to slow the virus in your body. Beat it. Recover smoother. You may test negative sooner. California, you know you need it. Test it, treat it, you can beat it.
Yeah. Visit youcanbeatit.org or call 833-422-4255 to ask for medication to treat COVID-19.
Theo's nose was cause for alarm, so Dad brought Puffs Plus lotion to save it from harm. Puffs has 50% more lotion and brings soothing relief. Don't get burned by winter nose. A nose in need deserves Puffs, indeed. America's #1 lotion tissue.
This cough.
This will help.
Vicks Vapor Rub?
Vicks Vapor Rub's medicated vapors go straight to the source of your cough, so you can relieve your cough to breathe easier. Vicks Vapor Rub, fast-acting cough relief.
Valentine's Day is coming up. We have a huge inventory in stock with beautiful vanities and love seats. Come get a gift for a loved one here at Quality Furniture. For this Valentine's Day, get a gift for a loved one. We have a huge inventory of vanities in stock with many colors to choose from. All of our vanities come with Bluetooth and USB ports to charge your cell phone. The cool thing about our vanities, they have energy-efficient LED lighting. They all start at $29 a month. We have this nice sofa and love seat with the matching coffee table. Get this set for $34 a month with our 2 locations in Fresno and Visalia.
Save thousands on the new revolutionary swim spa at a one-time sale. Friday through Sunday. Fresno Convention Center. Exercise with low impact. Swim the entire year and stay in shape. Teach your kids to swim. Unwind and save thousands. Avoid the expense and maintenance involved with a pool. Swim, exercise, and relax in your new aquatic exercise swim spa. Installation in 1 day only. New 2023 inventory. 18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Fresno Convention Center. Free admission. Call 1-888-SPA-SALE.
They've got the spirit and the moves.
And now local cheerleaders will be entering a national competition.
And 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7,
The Roosevelt High School Spirit Team is attending the USA Spirit Nationals in Anaheim. Coming up soon, February 24th. Their coach says it's been years since the program has traveled so far to compete in a national event, and we are so excited for them, and we'll be rooting them on later this month.
Yes, we will, sending positive energy.
Yep. All right, got to be careful with those flips and tosses and everything else.
Yeah, but hey, perfect weather to be outside practicing.
Yeah.
We've been in the 60s. We have another 60-degree day on the way tomorrow. We'll be in the upper 60s.
All right, that will do it for this edition of Eyewitness News at 11.
Stay tuned for The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Up next, have a good night.
Midland Tractor has a history of partnering with local growers, creating successes as rich as the valley soil. We bring the latest technology to our customers and provide on-site training and startup with the promise to stay until your equipment is performing as it should. Midland Tractor guides and supports through sales and unmatched service from the ground up. We've been committed to grower success for over 40 years. Thanks to you, our story continues. Midland Tractor Equipment Solutions, guaranteed.
Adventure continues at the Best RV Center in Turlock. Voted #1 selling RV dealer in California, Best RV offers a huge selection of new and used RVs at the lowest prices with no hidden fees. From Class A, B, and C to travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, and more, Best RV is committed to getting your dreams on the road. Now extended through February, take advantage of even bigger discounts with Best RV's continued blowout sales event. For the best selection at the best prices on all current inventory, visit bestrv.com today.
The heart-shaped pizza is beautiful, it's pretty, and it's yummy.
Pretty romantic.
Perfect, so festive.
So you kind of got to use two hands.
We try to have some left over because it's really good in the morning.
With ranch. I promise.
This Valentine's Day, celebrate love at any stage with Me and Ed's original heart-shaped pizza.
Aww.
Your loved ones deserve the best. Me and Ed's.
Need help? CBS 47 is on your side. Contact us.
We have new evidence of lies in the case of Republican Congressman George Santos. Now there's an old Wikipedia page that Politico found claiming, for instance, he had a role on a popular Disney Channel program, Hannah Montana.
Of your mother. Who would have thought that a creep like you could double as a congressman? You are the worst beholder. Say you're helping the pets, but you're just stealing from vets. You're not a real stockbroker. If you get fired from Congress, you will run again as George the Folder.
It's The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Tonight, Hyde and Joe Seek. Plus, student welcomes Nathan Lane and Sam Jay. Featuring Louis Cato and The Late Show Band. And now, live on tape from the Ed Sullivan Theater in New York City, it's Stephen Colbert.
Welcome, one and all, down here, up there, to The Late Show. Thank you, sir. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Now, sure you're asking, what are we going to talk about tonight? Well, I'm afraid that's classified. because there's an update on the ongoing story of documents being found at President Biden's office and home. And I'll tell you the latest in my unfortunately recurring segment, What's Up, Docs? Let me catch